supporter of this organization. Okay, Dion.
Thanks, Dick. I get him to say that sergeant at arms. Someone brought it up at one of our meetings. We need a sergeant at arms. Anybody? Anybody? Dave, you don't do anything. You got this. I'm sergeant at arms. I got a cheat sheet. I said I would have it. I want to make this quick. Dave, you need to get up here. We got 5 minutes. First thing I want to do is thank the voting panel at the Liquor Lanterns. I'm not a member of the voting panel because I'm too biased. So Eddie Rose went to bat for me. I said the Dragon Brothers deserve this award. They represent Vermont. They represent New England. They were the toughest competition I ever ran against. Also, when Bobby and Beaver, when I had the honor of contacting them, they said, we'd like you to present it. And I looked down at Bobby Allison and Donnie Allison, and I said, it'd be like Donnie giving Kale Award. And Bobby giving Darryl Award or something like that. The Dion Brothers Dragon battles were really something up north. There was so much passion in racing. Gonna wrap this up quick. I gave this mic to Moody. A lot of the Dragons crew helped my career later on. John Kiefer and Gordy Adams, they weren't able to come here. Great friends of mine. I wish they were here to share in this. Moody, I told you I would say this. I don't see that much has changed in 45 years. Bobby still appears to be the shy one. Beaver appears to be overthinking this whole thing, and he's so nervous. You and I are still the big mouth, so take it from there.
Dion needed my help because there's no way he could fill 5 minutes all by himself, so he needed my help. Back when I was a kid, I'm not kidding, I was a kid. I would go to Thunder Road in Barry, Vermont on Thursday night where Dave Dion was a saint and the Dragon Brothers were just the worst people on the planet. And on Saturday night, 48 hours later, we'd go to Milton, Vermont, about 60 miles up the road, the Dragon Brothers' hometown, where they were absolute saints, and this guy here was the Antichrist. And that rivalry carried Vermont stock car racing for a long, long time and took them a long, long way. The track in the Dragon Brothers' hometown, they closed it down about 20, 25 years ago now for a very much needed industrial park that's contributed absolutely nothing to the economy in the local area, but they just had to have it and plow the racetrack under. The last race we ever had, I was on the public address mic. Beaver was coming up through the field in the heat. He got to this guy, made a great move coming off turn 4, came underneath him. Dion hooked him in the right rear and flipped him 87 times all the way down the front straightaway. No, certainly not on purpose. He wouldn't have done that. And every time Beaver landed, he landed on the roof, and the roof got lower and lower and lower and lower, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, it's the final race in the history of this racetrack. The place is sold out. 90% of them are Beaver Dragon fans, and the SOB's just killed himself. How the hell are we going to do this? Fortunately, he eventually climbed out. It took him a few minutes because all the oil from the engine pooled on the inside of the roof, and he was upside down and he didn't want to get his fire suit dirty. So he required him to flip the car back over again before he climbed out. Went and got in the backup car and ran the feature. He was a tough guy. Beaver and Bobby Dragon were as good as it gets for a long, long time. Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Quebec, Southern New England, New York State, all the way to Ontario. Wherever they went, they came with us. And they were big winners.
Especially good for the state of Vermont. Ken Squire has done so much for this sport, comes from Vermont. He's very proud of the state. We're very proud of those brothers.
Bobby and Beaver, come on up. The Dragon Brothers.
This is the best presentation. They're all good.
I like this one the best.
You make sure you get some good pictures.
Okay. Lights in here with that.
Well, Moody said pretty much the truth. You know, the competition was Dave Dion and Tommy. But there were some other tough guys there too. But anyway, my career started in 1955, in Vermont in a 1938 Buick Coupe. We moved up, you know, to newer cars, you know, as things went on, and I won quite a few NASCAR championships, and one of the highlights of my career was 1979, NASCAR came to the Northeast with the NASCAR North Tour. Well, the first 2 years of it, 79 and 80, I ended up being the NASCAR North champion. And the third year, I got beat by Dick McCabe out of Pinnacle Park, Maine. But anyways, that was one of my better accomplishments. And anyways, I had a lot of NASCAR. I won quite a few NASCAR championships and stuff. And there's too many. I could name quite a few more, but I'm not going up. We're told to make this short. I want to make it short. But anyways, I'd just like to thank this Living Legends panel that put all this together, and I'm honored to be part of it. And you know, I'd like to thank all the car owners that I drove for, the crew chiefs that I had throughout my career. Without them people, you know, I wouldn't have gone anywhere. And also, I'd like to thank, of course, most of all my wife and my two kids, Brett and Michelle. They stuck behind me throughout my career for the 40 plus years, whatever it was, and you know, without all them people, I couldn't have done what I did, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I too would like to say thank you to everybody that came here tonight. A lot of people made a special effort to come down from Vermont for this. People in the area that maybe spent some time down here come up. This is a great organization, this Living Legends Racing Hall of Fame. I really appreciate everything they do. As far as my career goes, well, they pretty much covered it. I want to give Ken Squires the credit for racing in Vermont. No question about it. Ken is the one that got Cadillac Stadium up and running. He was running Thunder Road at the core Cadillac Stadium, and we started out with the coupe from southern New England, Bugsy, Eddie Glenke, all of the guys, Jerry Cook from New York, the Canadian, John Paul Cabana, Andre Manny, those were all my heroes. Bobby Allison was the first guy to come up and run with us as the NASCAR North Series was getting started, and invited him to come. He ran with us several times, and with those guys appearing, it certainly made us pick up our game. We had to run better, and so it was more of a situation where our series started gaining traction, and in time we started getting guys from Dave Dion, John Rosati, Joey Carafas, guys from southern New England, guys from Dick McCabe from Maine, some of the Canadians, John Paul Cabana switched over to Model Sportsman Division from and hoops and so on. So it really became more of certainly a real good series, and it progressed into eventually the Bush North series, which is now K&N series. But anyways, it's been a great career for us, and I really appreciate the acknowledgement here. I also want to thank my wife now, who is, well, we're in our second generation of race car drivers. She's persevered through the whole thing at this point in time, and I really appreciate that. So thanks again for this award.